Hey everybody, it's Mike from GI Dojo. Sitting here at my work computer and I have a moment, so I wanted to show you guys this Mike Power figure. Mike Power, the Atomic Man. Just picked him up from a eBay seller in Canada that accepted a really good best offer. I paid $25 for him plus actual shipping. I think it was like 11 or 12. You know, his clear parts are slightly yellowed, but they look a lot better in person than they did on the listing. Looks like his neck isn't quite seated correctly, so I'm gonna work on that, heat it up, try to pop it down on there a little seat it better. His fingers and his Kung Fu grip hands in general are yellowed and missing a few fingers. So what we're gonna work on today, there might be a video down the road, where I try to de-yellow the clear leg and arm using some hydrogen peroxide, but it looks a lot more, in a lot better condition in person. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna try to take some Cotswold Collectibles Elite Brigade action hands, and we're gonna try to attach them onto the Atomic Man, see if that works. Okay, here's our Elite Brigade action hands. I'm gonna drill that rivet out and remove the wrist peg and attach it to the Atomic Man wrist peg. Okay, for anybody who's never, done any toy repair, toy customization, we have the hand drill, or pin vise, I believe that our friend Toy Polloy calls it. Here is our action hand, and that little piece in the middle, that's actually metal. I believe it's metal. I will find out in a moment. But what you want to do is you want to take the drill bit that matches that inside diameter, that hole the closest, and it's a little tedious, but you'll drill all the way through, and with a little bit of clipping with some metal shears and stuff like that, we'll be able to get that wrist pin out pretty easily. Okay, so we've removed the hand in question with the broken fingers, and as you can see, the Cotswold hand is not really a good match. The wrist area, the plastic wrist area, is thicker, fatter. So I don't know how well this is going to work, but I got this type of hand versus the proper like Hobby Crash hands, I guess they are, just because of how cheap these are, and they're less flexible than your normal gripping hands. They're more hard plastic, and so they'll last longer. So we're just gonna proceed with the parts we got and see how close we can get it to fit. Okay, well that was actually really easy. It only took me like about 2 minutes of drilling with the hand drill for this end to shear off like its outside lip, and I pushed it through a little bit, clipped the other side off the back, pulled the wrist peg out, and again, as we can see, definitely thicker. Thicker on the Cotswold version versus the Mike Power, but it's looking close enough. Let's see if I can pop this hand on Mike Power. Okay, so here's Mike Power with his first hand replaced. I need to smooth out my cuts there on the wrist a little bit, and ideally I should have actually cut a little bit more material away because the hand isn't rotating very well for the helicopter function. For me, it doesn't matter. I just basically display my figures only, but I might take it back off and, trim it down a little bit more. For the other hand, I gently removed the wrist peg, and this should be pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and replace that one. Okay, here's our new Cotswold action hand on the original Mike Power wrist peg. Let's stick it in. Okay, here's Mike Power. He's got his brand new hands. He's got some Defender shorts to keep him, looking appropriate until his Cotswold reproduction uniform comes. Check out the cool hands. Here's all the material that we shaved off and some of the pieces of the old action hands or Kung Fu grip hands. Here's our wrist pegs. I don't know what I'm going to do with those, but might use them in some kind of project down the road. Now I'm just going to try to reseat his neck a little bit better, but man, he's looking excellent. Really happy with this figure. Okay, we got our Keurig machine. We're heating up some hot water to reseat Mike Power's head onto the neck post. Okay, here we got Mike Power, the Atomic Man. He's all finished up, just waiting for his uniform to come in the mail. We've got our Cotswold Collectibles action hands modified onto there. We reseated his head on his neck post. I had to trim it internally because it was kind of so fat it wouldn't really fit all the way down onto the lip. And as you can see, he kind of has like a fat neck. I should probably go back and sand the inside down a little bit more, trim some more plastic, but this was after like 30 or 40 minutes of trimming, so I think it looks pretty good. So that's all for today from Mike's GI Dojo. See you guys in a couple days. Have a good one.